the matters that the Honorable Minister for Communications rehashed on this floor, he debated them on the committee level. She raised them. Mr. Speaker, she was defeated. All the issues that she raised about the bill,
Honorable Minister, please. Honorable Minister,
I insist. Mr. Speaker, I further state that it is also not correct that the bill has been watered down. It is not correct.
Mr. Speaker, every single statement I have made, I am withdrawing every single statement. But Mr. Speaker, it is fair that Honorable Owusu, strangely, the Honorable former minister seated by her is not aware she made some statement. Also withdraw every statement she made.
If you are finished, it's okay. Honorable Minister, can you apologize for the guesses that you...
Mr. Speaker, I sat here and repeatedly heard Honorable Murtala refer to me as a practitioner of LGBT to the hearing of everyone in this house. I sat here and repeatedly heard him
Honorable Minister,
shout at the top of his voice and refer to me as a practitioner of LGBTQ. And every single last one of you is behaving as if you didn't hear it. And if in response to that I say he is mad, it is only a madman who will refer to his colleague in this house as a practitioner of LGBTQ when you haven't seen me having sexual intercourse with your wife or your daughter or your mother.
Honorable Minister,
when you haven't caught me having sexual intercourse with your wife or your daughter or your mother.
Honorable Minister,
and refer to me in those terms.
Whenever I say my PENDREAM TV there, I say them you po.
Deal with that, and I adopt them as mine. And remember that the Ablekuma West, I start with Ablekuma West. That's the Honorable Minister for Communications. Mr. Speaker, as though they are mine, and add that, Mr. Speaker, I have been sent by my constituents from Peki, Parliament, Tongo, and Peve to tell this house that we must support this bill. Mr. Speaker, to qualify to be a High Court judge in this country, one of the critical criteria for you to be appointed,
Honorable Dafemapo, hold on. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to know which aspect of my submissions Honorable Dafemapo does not support. Pray, is he a practitioner of oral or anal sex and unnatural carnal knowledge practices? Because that's the only thing that I said I support it. And that we should craft this law in line with our law. And the law we come out, we should not be in conflict with our constitution. Is that what he's against? Or is he a practitioner of oral or anal sex? And so he's against my appeal to people to enforce the law. Could he please clarify what he said?
Very well.
Thank you.
Very well. Honorable Leader, you want to also put in a word so that
for the Dafemapo's constituency, he said he's been sent by the people of, no, but he has a constituency name. He should, he must.
The names of the towns of his constituency.
Mr. Speaker, Honorable Dafemapo is here. He mentioned 4 towns. I don't believe that those 4 towns constitute his constituency. He's a member of parliament for South Dai. So he should give a proper description of his constituency.
Honorable Dafemapo, to mention the names.
Mr. Speaker, let me offer some education to my leader. The areas that I mentioned are the 4 traditional areas in my constituency. They are not town names.
Yeah.
Peki has 9 towns. So my constituency, for the record, is Southern. And as a leader of the house, you know this is a matter of record. You are simply heckling me, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the matter before this house is so important that, Mr. Speaker, for the first time in my lifetime as a legislator in this house, a private member's bill attracted over 200 memorandum. 200. The bill was so attacked that it got to a stage I got scared. I thought that it would see the light of day. Mr. Speaker, the matters that the Honorable Minister for Communications rehashed on this floor, he debated them on the committee level. She raised them. Mr. Speaker, she was defeated. All the issues that she raised about the bill,
Honorable Minister, please. Honorable Minister,
I insist. Mr. Speaker, I further state that it is also not correct that the bill has been watered down. It is not correct.
Honorable Member.
It is not correct.
Honorable Member, I decided not to allow anybody to interject you, but on the fact that the chairman of the committee is on his feet, I can't overlook him. So, Chairman, you want to?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am not very comfortable that a member of this House should be attacked, especially when we have built consensus on the second reading of this bill. What an honorable member has said, inclusive of other things, has said that there are other unnatural carnal knowledge that people do. For instance, she cited oral sex. She had contributed throughout, and she was very instrumental during the consideration of the committee's work. I said I am grateful to all committee members and the proponents of the bill. Let us proceed, Mr. Speaker, and I'll be grateful that members will proceed and make their points without referring to what has happened at the committee meeting. Nothing of this sort has happened.
Honorable Minister, please, calm down. Honorable Minister, calm down. Honorable Minister, calm down. Yes. Honorable member.
Speaker, yes.
You are minded to focus on this debate. I don't want focus.
Speaker, I'm guided. I've always been focused, Mr. Speaker, but the impression must not be created that the bill was watered down. Mr. Speaker, what the other debaters on this matter fail to address is the issue that it is not mainly about the sexual lifestyles of a man and a woman, or a man and a man, and a woman and a woman. Mr. Speaker, as sponsors of the bill, Mr. Speaker, that's a harsh kind of, Mr. Speaker,
Honorable member for Shamelessly Central, please kindly withdraw that statement. Honorable member for Shamelessly Central, please. We are carrying all of us together. Please withdraw that statement. No, I overheard you. Honorable Murtala, please just withdraw the statement. Murtala. Honorable Murtala, you are my friend. Please do me that honor. Honorable Murtala.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
If the hazard comes and whatever statement you think I said is in it.
Honorable Murtala, I heard it myself. That is why I am.
Mr. Speaker, at the time you think I said something, this honorable member also said certain things. What did she say? What did she say?
Honorable Murtala.
She said a man. She said that.
Honorable
She
Murtala.
said that, Mr. Speaker.
You do your withdrawal. I know.
Withdrawal.
Honorable members, are you allowing me to control the house? Honorable Murtala. Honorable Murtala.
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable, you just do the honors for me.
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable, just do the honors for me.
Mr. Speaker, I will do what you are asking me to do.
Yes.
But as far as I'm concerned, and the last time I checked, our conduct here is guided by the Constitution and the standing orders of the House. And there is nowhere in the standing orders or the practice of this Parliament that I have seen in my young age in this Parliament that a statement that is purportedly made, not captured in the speaker, should be a statement of the House.
Honorable member.
Mr. Speaker, now if you are asking me to withdraw any statement, I don't know which statement you are asking me to withdraw. I am only withdrawing a statement which perhaps the speaker had me make, and I don't know the statement you had me make. So I am withdrawing the statement.
Honorable Murtala, don't push me to that angle. I overheard you. I'm saying just withdraw for me.
Mr. Speaker, with all due respect, you cannot ask me to do something and I refuse to do it. Several statements were made by myself and my colleagues, including Honorable Owusu. Which of the statements are you asking me to withdraw?
So, are you inviting me to say what you said? Honorable Murtala, member for Tamale Central, I'm saying what you said, that just withdraw from me. Honorable Murtala, I'm asking you, I am not going to rehearse the words you said. You know what you said. Please just Honorable Minority Leadership, I will instruct that you urge your member to withdraw that statement.
Mr. Speaker, the statement I remember I made several statements, but the statement I remember vividly I made, I said every single member in this house must be allowed to debate on the issue, so we know the position of every single member of this house, those who are for it and those who are against it. I have made that statement. So if that is the statement you are asking me to withdraw, I humbly withdraw that statement.
Honorable member, you made a specific statement in relation to the minister. Leader, please urge your member to withdraw that statement.
Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Murtala is reported to have made statements.
It's Murtala, not Muntaka.
Honorable Murtala Mohammed is reported to have made a statement that is apparently unparliamentary. Mr. Speaker, listening to him, he is of the view that he never spoke through the mic. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, listening to him also, he has indicated that he made a number of statements not into the mic. And so therefore, Mr. Speaker,
Honorable.
And so therefore, Mr. Speaker, I want to urge him that since the Speaker may have heard it, whatever he said, even though he did not speak into the mic, he may have heard it. I urge him to withdraw whatever he may have said. That unfortunately, you heard it, even though he did not speak to the mic, for him to withdraw it and get it removed. So, Speaker, I urge my colleague, the Honorable Murtala, to accordingly withdraw whatever statement in the interest of progress. So, Mr. Speaker, I'm urging him to withdraw whatever statement that he made, even though it did not go into the mic, so that we can make progress. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, every single statement I have made, I am withdrawing every single statement. But Mr. Speaker, it is fair that Honorable Owusu, strangely, the Honorable former minister seated by her is not aware she made some statement. Also withdraw every statement she made.
If you are finished, it's okay. Honorable Minister, can you apologize for the gestures that you...
Mr. Speaker, I sat here and repeatedly heard Honorable Murtala refer to me as a practitioner of LGBT to the hearing of everyone in this house. I sat here and repeatedly heard him
Honorable Minister,
shout at the top of his voice and refer to me as a practitioner of LGBTQ. And every single last one of you is behaving as if you didn't hear it. And if in response to that I say he is mad, it is only a madman who will refer to his colleague in this house as a practitioner of LGBTQ when you haven't seen me having sexual intercourse with your wife or your daughter or your mother.
Honorable Minister,
when you haven't caught me having sexual intercourse with your wife or your daughter or your mother.
Honorable Minister,
and refer to me in those terms.
Honorable Minister,
and we call ourselves honorable members of this house. When you all hear it and pretend that suddenly you've lost your sense of hearing.
Honorable Minister, Honorable Minister, I beg of you, do me that honest, please. Honorable Minister, I beg of you, just do me that honest, please. Just do me that honest.
Mr. Speaker,
Yes. Respectfully, Honorable
We're
Minister.
all honorable members of Parliament. And with respect to the titles that we bear and the constituencies that we represent, if there's any gesture I made which anyone here finds offensive, I withdraw it. However, let's also be honest and admit
Honorable Minister,
things happen here.
Honorable Minister, thank you very much. Honorable Minister, thank you very much. Honorable members, please, this particular bill is so much interested to almost every Ghanaian. So let us put ourselves together in this particular bill. I don't actually take any delight in these gestures and people also taking insinuation on members. Please, you'll get opportunity to contribute if the time is allowed. So, Honorable Dafiamapo, you may conclude the debate. You may conclude the debate.
Speaker, thank you. Speaker, may I further anchor my submission with the provision in the Constitution, Article 28, clause 1, subclause D, which is to the effect that children and young persons receive special protection against exposure to physical and moral hazards. Mr. Speaker, the bill of which I'm one of the key sponsors is a morally obnoxious lifestyle checking legislation. Mr. Speaker, the point we are making is that in this chamber, politically speaking, the Constitution forbids a member from cross-carpeting. So biologically speaking, we don't allow a man to cross-carpet to become a woman in this country. We don't allow it. Mr. Speaker, it is merely not about sexual activities of these persons. Mr. Speaker, there is a certain deliberate attempt to foist this lifestyle on our children. Our children are being encouraged to accept this lifestyle at very Mr. Speaker, pursuant to our Contracts Act, you are not eligible to enter into contract until you are age 21 and above, not even 18. And yet, we are allowing these groups to infiltrate into our schools with literature and pollute our children. And people are sitting and saying that these are human rights. These are not human rights. This is a pollution of the socio-cultural fabric of this country. So it is not about sex at all. Today, they even have a Bible for gays. Bible. They speak of what they call gender-neutral language. Pronouns. They should not be referred to her or she. And people are saying we should accept and absorb this to pollute our cultural values. Mr. Speaker, to get to the Supreme Court, Mr. Speaker, tomorrow if you want to be promoted to the Supreme Court, one of the greatest criteria or checklist is to determine your moral turpitude. Mr. Speaker, if you are found not to be of certain moral standards, you will not enter the Supreme Court. So we are bound by law, we are under a duty to protect the sanctity of this country. Who says that in 100 years this law will subsist? It will. In fact, on this law, we are bringing a lot of amendments to fortify the law more. Sure. Let nobody be mistaken that this is an exercise in futility. Mr. Speaker, there are consequences Mr. Speaker, we as sponsors, we have been profiled. Maybe Sam George hasn't spoken about it. We have been profiled. When you travel, you are taken out of the line and checked for nearly an hour or two.
Senior currency.
You can't even change currencies. We are aware as sponsors, we've been profiled. But we are willing to face the consequences. And I want to urge every member of this house that there are consequences coming. But as a nation and as a house, we must stand together. Mr. Speaker, we are not alone as a nation in this. Uganda, our sister nation, has trodden this path. And we will follow them. The point we are making is that, like petty crimes, like normal crimes in society, we can't stop it, but we will check it. We will check this lifestyle from spreading. Mr. Speaker, on this note, I thank you for the opportunity, and I want to thank especially a lot of stakeholders have been thanked, but Mrs. Fuamoni and my lecturer in law, Dr. Ayini, the committee, but he found time at his own expense and helped the committee to deliberate on the bill. So, Mr. Speaker, we thank them. And again, we are calling upon them to help us at the consideration stage so that this bill will stand the test of time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
My never say PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, Osia dem yopo.